Mr. Chairman, thank you so much, and I want to thank you and the members on both sides of the aisles and the staff for putting together a very good appropriation bills for FY24. I think we'll do the same for FY25. But I certainly want to say thank you to the Secretary. I want to say thank you to the work that you do, your men and women that do the work every single day. As you know, I always say I don't go visit the border. I live at the border. But I did go on the riverboat just last week, less than a week ago, with Border Patrol. We talked about the importance of getting rid of carrizo cane so they can see river roads, which are so important to us, technology that are so important to us. So I just want to say thank you for the work that you and your men and women do across the country. I do want to say, looking at the numbers for the last 21 days, in between ports, there are about 3,800 a day. 3,800 a day. You add the CBP, maybe add a little bit over 1,000, so you're talking about 5,000 a day, but 3,800 a day coming in. Very different. So we're doing something right. And I ask you to continue to looking at what we need to do to bring those numbers down. 3,800 in between ports a day for the last 3 weeks. So let's continue doing that. I do agree with the chairman. We did fund 41,500 beds. Don't want to speak for anybody else, but I do support 41,500 beds. I do support the charter air for ICE, and I certainly want to ask you about that. And somewhere down the line, I certainly want to ask you about what the president's looking at. I've always felt that president can do an executive order. My understanding is that there is talk about another executive order, because if you get 100 people that ask for asylum, at the end of the day, they go to a judge 4, 5, 6 years later. 87 to 90% are going to be rejected. So we got to do something at the very beginning. If they don't qualify for those 5 reasons, persecution by the state on those 5 reasons, I think we need to look at that. If we do, if the president does that, I'm sure there'll be a court case by some folks that don't agree with him. But we certainly have to look at that. So I certainly want to say thank you. I hope that on the 22,000 Border Patrol agents that we had, I hope that y'all look at the polygraph. That's been a big problem. I talked to the Border Patrol. Whoever that vendor is, and hopefully they're listening to me, we got to do something about that. And certainly, because if we don't hire people, I know at one time, even under the Trump administration, we were losing more people to attrition than we were hiring Border Patrol. So we got to do a better job on that. Certainly want to say, the technology that we're looking at is very, very important. I do want to say there is a court order, and let me see if we can put a little bit of more legislative intent here, where a recent injunction by a federal judge in my home state, who I think is wrongly interpreting the congressional intent of funding, provided border barrier assistance for fiscal years 2020 and 21. If you look at the language, Congress purposely chose the broader system, the word system language, to intend that it was to fund a system and not just a vertical wall. So that means because of this injunction, we can't do river roads that are so key to Border Patrol, lighting, border technology. They're all on hold. And if this funding is lapsed, then we got to come back and reappropriate that while we have funding right now. So I hope you all appeal that injunction. And again, I have questions, but I just want to say to all your men and women that are under Homeland Security, I just want to say thank you for the job. 3,800 a day, in between ports. Then you add, what comes to CBP, close to 5,000. But in between ports is what we're focusing on. Continue doing and let us know what we need to do to make sure we do that. And certainly to close up, Mexico has been a partner. And whatever you need to do to make sure they continue doing what they're doing, less numbers of people come to the northern border, then the numbers go down, working with the enforcement levels that you're doing. So I certainly encourage you to continue working with Mexico on that. With that, Mr. Chairman and members, thank you so much. And Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you, Mr. Cuellar. Secretary Mayorkas?